Hello, welcome to the Legend Oracle today. Happy Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the energy coming through for the day, what we need to know, um, what's happening right now. Hope you guys are well. My name is Leticia, and the channel is Blood Moon Oracle. And let's see, it's been a very peculiar time for me. I usually go out and I walk early in the morning or late in the evening. I prefer late in the evening. It tends to be a little bit more crowded in the evening, but in the morning, it's a little bit more spacious and peaceful. However, there has been like a weird occurrence, like a weird energy that is out there in the morning. And I don't know, I just feel it all around. And I had this particular person approach me after my walk, and I went back to sit in my car for a second as I was searching something on my phone. And this person came to my window and handed me a pamphlet, and she began to talk about eternity. And she was asking me, you know where you're going to go? And I was like, immediately in my mind, I don't know, there was just something behind the energy. First of all, this was a kind of an older woman. And while I was walking, she was running. She had quite a bit of stamina, but her energy was very strong. And when she approached me in my car, I was just like, the energy was like blatant. And she asked me the question, do you know where you're going to go for eternity? And I was like, I believe eternity is now. Like we are in eternity. There is not a where you're going for eternity. Eternity is now. And she agreed and she was like, yeah, that's right. That's right. And I think we had like a clash of energy, I think is what happened because, and I already knew there was something just kind of like a peculiar energy about this person, even as she was running around, but it made it that much more obvious when she approached me in my car and our energies kind of clashed. It was almost like the energies behind the physical, right? Kind of was like, and I kind of felt her energy kind of stripped back, like, and she handed me the pamphlet or whatever, and I just continued to look through my phone after I answered her question, and she was like, yes, yes, and she invited me like to her place of worship or whatever, and walked off. And as she was walking off, she was like, I don't know if she was speaking in tongues, but she was kind of like washing. I felt like she was washing something off of her as she walked away, but speaking in tongues. It was just weird. And I was like, okay, first of all, you approached me. Second of all, actually ask before you approach people because not everybody is going to be receptive, first of all, to your energy or to your message. And not that the message was bad or wrong, the energy was off. And even yesterday, I went out early in the morning, and before I saw her, I knew she was coming. I could just feel it. And she popped up at the end of my walk, and she's across the way, and she's yelling, not yelling, but she's smiling and waving. I'm like, I just gave like a quick little wave, and I was like, okay, on about my day. But there is something very off about this person. I don't know what it is. I don't care to know what it is, but that's why you have to be careful, like who you allow and invite in, because you never know what's behind the image. You never know, what is really, um, just because it says something and just because it smiles does not mean that it's friendly, does not mean that it is coming to help you. And it was just such a weird experience. And I feel like this is going to be a reoccurrence. Like I was saying, I was there yesterday morning and this person appeared again. I'm like, no, no, go mess with somebody else because I'm not the one. And so I may have to switch it to evenings to go because I'm just not, when I go to do my walks, I do meet people and that's okay, but this is something different. It's something different and I'm not for it. I'm not up for it. And so I say that to say you have to be really careful who you invite into your space or who you receive, what energy you receive, because not everybody is coming in the name of love. I'll say that. There's something very, I don't know. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of these movies where people have these encounters with people and they're smiling and they're like, so friendly, but underneath is something like really dark and heinous. It's weird. And I know the message was one of love, but there was something else there too that I don't want to know and I don't want to discover. I'm good. I'm good. And so you have to be careful and we have to look to see past the surface of things. And if it's not for you, leave it alone. Go the other way. Say no, thank you. And I took that pamphlet and I threw it in the garbage. And so we're going to see. I just say that to say, be really careful because we are in a time where things are being revealed, spirits, energy, like you can no longer hide. You can say whatever you want, but I see you. I see you. I see you playing. And if you're willing to see, I'll never forget what Dick Gregory said. He said, when the universe chooses you, it's dangerous. And when you put on those magic glasses, like you can no longer take them off. And there's rules to being able to see. Like number one, you can't unsee. Number two, you can't expect others to see what you see because you've been given sight. And number three, you have to follow up on it and respond in light, right? Like there's certain rules that we follow under this particular circumstance. And it's a lot of stuff that I wish I don't see. Honestly, I do. But because I see it, sometimes you have to respond or act on it or resist it blatantly, right? And so we are in a time where I think a lot of things are being revealed, like a lot of things are coming out of the shadow, and we have to be careful what we invite in. I'll just say that. And so you may be experiencing something like that too, maybe having experiences. And I will also tell you this, that we are also in a time where things are more likely than they used to be. Going way back years ago, like maybe 30, 40 years ago, maybe even further than that, there was a movie called They Live. And the movie was about us coexisting with aliens, people that are not from Earth. And they were like lizard people, but they were pretending to be human. And so they had these suits, these body suits on, these human body suits on, but underneath the suits was like this lizard type of being. And they had to put in, fake eyes and all this. And there were certain resistances that rose up, and they were scientists and biologists, and they began to fight. They were considered the resistance against this invasion, this undercover invasion. And as the world was just existing as it normally is, they invented these glasses. And these glasses were able to see through illusion and you could tell who was really human when you put these glasses on and who wasn't. Like it would see through the skin, kind of like you would get an X-ray and be able to see into the body. These are like X-ray glasses. And this one, the main character of the movie, ended up coming across this resistance group and these glasses, and so he had the I'm gonna call them magic glasses, and he put them on, and he was able to tell who was human and who wasn't. And so he joined the resistance. He was kind of like a resistance in himself. But and his whole mission was to expose, and he had a tough time doing it because along the way he did need help. He had a couple of buddies that he had to convince. It was just a lot of struggle with what he felt like he needed to do. And at the end, he did publicize it. It was put on the news and everybody saw them for what they were. But the story was about being able to really see. I think it was very symbolic, but it was also, there was some level of reality to it as well. And I say that to say, you never know. We're in a time, you don't know who you're walking next to or who you're sitting next to. You don't know who you're working with. Honestly, we are in that time. And it's also a time where we have to be super sensitive energetically and spiritually and to these things and listen to what's coming up when that higher self is talking. Sometimes we just brush it off. We're like, ooh, I feel weird today. But why are you feeling weird? What happened? Who are you with? What transacted? Is there something coming through that you're not listening to? Right? We're in a time where I think a lot of things are being uncovered in the way of us being able to really tap into the reality of things. And when I say they're being uncovered, that means that the shadows are being exposed and the light is being shown on things that's been hidden for many, many decades. That's one of them. You just never know. And I don't know what it is about this person, but it's something that ain't right. I know what she was saying and I know what her message was, but it wasn't, it was more than that. It's more than that. And for her to show up again, it's almost like now I feel like this might turn into like every time I go, she shows up. Like, no, that's not what we're doing. No. I don't know what it is and I don't want to know. I just know that it doesn't feel right to me. And it feels like something that I need to guard against and avoid, right? Whatever it is, it feels like something I should let be. But I say that to say you could be having experiences like that too. And you need to pay attention to what is happening on the inside of you when you're having these encounters or these experiences. Why are you feeling weird? Why did the skin crawl when you passed that person? Or why did you feel this energetic resistance when you spoke to this person? Like, not just a normal conversation, but there is like a strong energetic reaction, a strong spiritual reaction, right? It's time to pay attention to these things because it's our higher selves talking to us and possibly even showing us things that we need to see. And so I'm going to go ahead and get a message for the day. What do we need to know today, Spirit? Other than the fact we need to pay attention and listen to what's happening around us. Okay. All right, so I have the 10 of Cups coming out. Beautiful energy. Lots of enjoyment right now. I feel like you could be enjoying yourself. Maybe you have a very beautiful connection with those closest to you, with family and friends. Your cup is full. All right, you have all these ways that you are enjoying life right now. The 10 of Cups is really the fulfillment of enjoyment in life. Like everything that you could ask for. And this is not physical stuff. This is experiential. Everything that you could ask for, you have it. Has happened. It has been fulfilled for you. And it's like the energy of sitting in a park on a sunny day, not too hot, not too cold, just perfect. You're sitting by water. You can hear the trickling of water. There's birds that are playing, maybe a couple of birds chasing each other through the trees. There's bees that are slightly buzzing through the flowers on the grass. Like everything is perfect. That's the energy I get, or it should be. Um, and this is what could be happening for some of us. A lot of distractions trying to pull us out of this sense of Zen. But as you can see, in the middle of all of this distraction, she is still, or he, very content, very sure of the peace that is stronger than the chaos that is outside, even the volcano in the back erupting. But there's a sense of peace that comes with a focus on what's important right now. And so, not that everything is perfect, but it's a matter of what we're focusing on right now. I feel like you have chosen to focus on the best part of your experience right now. Yeah, that's happening and that's going, we can take care of that when it is time. But right now, I choose to enjoy the best part of my experience. I get that energy. And these are tulips. I feel like that, yeah, we're talking about peace, endings. You may be thinking about ending something or finalizing something, closing something out. You may be thinking about beginning something new. There's something on your mind about closing something out. For some of you, you could be thinking about traveling across the world or changing your life in some major way. That's what I'm getting right now. Someone's thinking about a major shift right now, a major change. And the fact that you are thinking about it opens the door for this to actually happen, right? The first thing is to allow yourself to entertain it if it's what you want, and then find out how you can make that happen. I feel like you're in the entertaining part of this process. You have made up your mind that you're ready to change something, to close something out, to start something new, maybe to travel. Whatever this thought is, whatever this idea is, I feel like it's something that you are holding very close to your heart. It's protected. You're protecting it. This may, in fact, place you on a whole different timeline as well. Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you are in a place, you've created a space. Maybe you've been in a space of solitude. Not necessarily solitude, that's not the right word. You've been in a place of independence. That's different than solitude. Um, and you've come to the place where you are in a position where you're able to do this, whatever this is. I feel like you've been in a place of independence for a long time, whoever you are. And you may be ready for a change now. But during this time of independence, you have cultivated this very beautiful lifestyle, this beautiful energy for yourself, this beautiful experience where you focused really solely on yourself and making things happen, providing things, creating a certain lifestyle for yourself. I feel like in the past you've been working really hard for that, and you may be experiencing the fruit of that right now. This may be somebody that's a bit older. I do get that energy with the Nine of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be. You could just be an old soul. But I feel like you're really close to reaching your goal. If you've been saving up for something, I feel like you're really close to meeting your goal, whatever this is. It could, in fact, be in retirement as well, but you're really close to meeting the expectation. It's almost like the pot is almost full. It has almost reached its capacity or its goal, its expectation. And it places you in a position to have to really move and be decisive on what it is that you want to do. I do see you in that energy in the future. You're going to be really equipped and decisive. Maybe you've done or you're doing right now so that you can arrive at this point of the Queen of Swords, all of the necessary resource and all of the necessary, not resource, all of the necessary research is the word I was looking for, to get all of the information on your move in the future. Maybe you have over researched. The Queen of Swords has to know everything: the who, what, when, where, how, why, who all gonna be over there. The Queen of Swords is needs to be in the know. And so there's something in the future that places you in this position of the Queen of Swords. Very educated on where it is that you're going, how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it, like all of the details. You will need to know this moving forward here. Yeah. And I feel like part of what is really coming through here as a plus for you is the fact that you've been in a position maybe where you felt like you weren't able to do what you wanted to do when you wanted to do it and how you wanted to do it. That has really been this supporting force that's kept you moving forward, kept you focused, kept you on task, kept you pushing forward and wanting more. That has been the supporting force for you. The times where you haven't been able to do what you wanted to do, when you wanted to do it, how you wanted to do it, that's been your motivation. Yeah. There's a lady called Lisa Knowles, I believe her name is Lisa Knowles. I believe that's her name. Very inspirational woman. Um, and she is the woman of yes, yes, right? And she didn't come from, abundance. She didn't come from wealth. She actually had a very difficult childhood upbringing. She had one child, I believe, and she found herself raising her child alone. But one thing was sure is that she had a vision for her life and a desire that she was willing to work towards. And so, though she didn't have a lot of money, what she did is she committed to her dream, paycheck by paycheck. Every paycheck, she said she would take 200, she would send or take $200 of her paycheck to the bank. She had a goal in mind. She was funding her dream, whatever that was. And every month or every paycheck, every 2 weeks, she would send like $200. That $200 represented getting her hair done. It represented getting her nails done. It represented not driving a brand new finance car. All right. It represented her driving her old car, right? Because she had something in mind for the future that she was sowing into that was more important than living her best life right now. So she had to defer a lot of things in the now to fund her dream, That's what this is reminding me of. I think her name is Lisa Knowles. She's an inspirational speaker. I think that's her name. And she told a story of how she sacrificed. She had to live with people for a certain amount of time. You know, she had to do without a lot of things. They didn't get to eat out a lot. I think she had a son. And when she finally reached her goal, the bank reached out to her and let her know, hey, you've reached your goal. There's no need to send any more money. And she's like, what? And she went to the bank to pick it up, and everybody in the bank knew her as a woman who was funding her dream. Like, they're like, who is this woman that has, you know, consistently and committed to sending these deposits? Like, everybody in the bank knew her as a woman funding her dream. And when she went in to pick up the money, she was like surprised because everybody knew her, you know, and they were just so inspired by her. But that's what this reminds me of. The Eight of Swords is like not being able to do something, and that being your inspiration to actually create a plan to move yourself out of that predicament. That has been your inspiration. And I definitely can get down with that energy because there's nothing more inspiring to me than telling me what I can't do. There's nothing more inspiring than that. Is where there is a will, there is a way. I feel like this has been a very supportive energy for you, though. Yeah, I love this. And in the future, I see you ready, like to the point where you may be in the energy of having OCD. Like you have to have everything exactly the way it should be, perfect, nothing missing. And you will work to make that happen. Right now, you could be in a predicament where there are certain things that are very tempting to you. There could be certain things that are um, trying to mess with your mental, right? The devil comes out in your current energy, and that may be some type of temptation that's coming in right now to mess with you. It could be you needing to curb your appetites, you needing to show some level of discipline, right? There's something right now in this moment that is, it feels like you could be allowing it to hold you back. I don't know what this is. We're going to clarify it though. The devil could also be connected with people that have a certain tie or a certain hold on you, allowing yourself to be under some restriction, some level of mental bondage. But I do see a bit of freedom, some truth coming in around you right now, where you are. There's some truth that's going to set you free from that. Maybe you don't realize what you're connected to is holding you back, but the realization is going to be made known to you very clearly. And this truth is going to drop in just like a bomb. You're going to be like, oh, that's what you were trying to tell me, Spirit. Or, oh, that's what has been, you know, in the way. Let me just move this out of the way. And it's all around you. I feel like this truth or this information is coming from every angle. You just have to see it for what it is and know that this is truth coming in for you. This is something that you are trying not to see. You're trying your very hardest not to see it. You want it to not be true. You want it to not be about you. It's like being connected with somebody that you really, really like. But this person is for the, you know, they for the streets. and you want to believe with all of that is within you, with all of your heart, they are not, that they mean you good, that their intentions are good. But everything that has happened, like there has been certain things that has happened that has tried to show you what this person is about, but you don't want to believe it. This is just an example. And, you may be saying, I don't see it. I didn't see that, right? That wasn't you, was it? Oh no, yeah, I knew it wasn't you. How like say, so there's certain things that are being shown to you that you can see if you want to see it, the truth. But you've been, for some reason, trying not to see it. Whatever this is, that could be giving you some type of challenge in the present. Some type of challenge in the present. But the change is coming, whether you want it to or not. And this is the kind of change that you can fight it if you want to, but it's not going to change what's changing, right? This is the type of change that comes and frees you, even when you don't want to be free, even if you have to be drugged, kicking and screaming. This change is coming in. So I guess there's not really much to worry about because it's going to happen one way or the other. That's what Spirit is saying. This change, this release. What is this devil energy that you're in right now? And it might be someone you're connected to, the devil and the Three of Cups. There's someone that you are connected to that does not mean you well. Yeah. I guess it could be a Capricorn. We also have the Three of Cups, which is Cancer energy. You could be a Capricorn, you could be a Cancer, or this could be who you're connected to that does not have your best interest at heart. There's some type of cord. There may be like energy cords that this person has, or something like that. What is this? And why is it not good? What is this energy? Yeah, there's some truth. The Ace of Swords comes out again. And you see the truth, but for some reason you haven't really come to grips with it. This might be something that you are refusing to let go of, or someone. And the Nine of Wands. It's almost like you're waiting for something. You might be waiting for this person to heal, but that's not in line with where you are, where you're going. And I don't really feel like this is an issue because this all ends with the death. So it's coming to an end. Whatever this unhealthy energy is that's around you, that's causing you to be in this energy, it's going to change, even though you haven't acknowledged it. So what is the truth about this situation? The Ace of Swords. It comes out again. Hidden truth. There may be something happening in the background too. This moon gives me an energy of something hidden that's not seen. And so there's something here. There's some sneaky energy here. Something in your environment that's happening behind the scenes. Maybe somebody is doing something that's not on the up and up. But I feel like this could be something also that could be being revealed to you on a spiritual level. What does that mean? You could be having dreams about this. Again, signs, synchronicities, symbols that would mean something to you. are all around you, but you can't shut your eyes to it. There comes a point where you have to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt and just accept it for what it is. This could halter your progress or where it is that you need to be, what you've been working towards, right? I feel like I'm talking to someone who is very strong mentally. This is someone who is very studious. You could have been at the top of your class. You could be highly functional, highly motivated. You don't wait for people to get things done. You do it when you know it needs to be done. And you may do it in a perfectionist way. You may like things done a certain way. And so you are the type of person that has to do it yourself because you already know. But I feel like you are somebody who, you know, is maybe have high expectations of yourself and of others. There's something that's blatant, the truth, but it's hidden. The truth is clarified by the truth and the moon. And I hope it's not what is hidden, because I don't want to just assume. What is the moon here? What is this hidden truth? Let's see if spirit will tell us. Ooh, 7 of Cups. Something that you keep choosing. Maybe you've walked away from it and you keep coming back to it. The 7 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. It's like you realize something about this, maybe dangerous or precarious, and you will get the inclination to walk away, or maybe you have walked away, but then you keep coming back. Or it may be the fact that you just have not come to grips with the fact that you are being guided away from this thing, from this person, from this environment, this situation. Yeah, you've been told many times to walk away. But for some reason, you close your eyes and your ears. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes that you don't see. So, what is the change in the outcome? I feel like Spirit is letting you know with this 5 of Wands and the Knight of Wands, the change may come about after a lot of turmoil happens that sends you hurling forward. That's going to be your motivation. Sometimes we have to learn through pain, through difficulty. I know I did many times. Listen, ooh, I got so many t-shirts for learning the hard way. But there's going to be something that happens that sends you moving forward. You'll be ready after this, whatever this breakout, whatever this, it's almost like a bit of chaos that happens, that breaks out. And I'm hearing scattered. It's something's going to cause the scattering, right? That's when you'll kind of take heed and go ahead and move forward and do what you need to do. That's what I'm hearing. And the fact that the world came out, it's almost like you already know, you've already been thinking about it, doing something different than what you've been doing. What is the world on your mind? Yeah, stabilizing yourself. The Queen of Pentacles. And accepting some type of offer, possibly towards another direction that's going to lead to more stability. The Queen of Pentacles leads you to where it is that you want to be. Maybe some more stability for yourself where you don't have to ask people for stuff, or people aren't asking you for stuff, right? Being able to stand on your own 2 feet and not being dependent on other people in whatever way that could be, financially, emotionally, right? Maybe even energetically. There's something about you wanting to step into a position where you can stand on your own. That's what's on your mind right now. That's what the world represents. The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. You see how their backs are to each other? She no longer wants to depend on whoever this person is or other people to come and do something. She wants to be stable within herself. She wants to hold her own. And this world represents you being ready for that, or at least it's coming up mentally. You're having thoughts about this. You may be tired of having to carry the weight of the world, having to carry what's not yours. I feel like you've done a lot of work in the past with the Nine of Pentacles where you've brought yourself, to a place of independence. Do you know that? That you've already been there a long time ago. Now, what can cause us not to realize that? We have the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. You've been there a long time ago. You just don't see it. Sometimes it's because of who we are connected to. Yeah. Sometimes it's because of the situation that we're in that doesn't allow us to actually see the fortune that we sit in, the fortunate situation that we sit in. There's something that you haven't seen. This could also be you asking in the past for something that has been waiting, and a certain situation needs to happen before this actually happens for you. So in the past, this could represent you requesting something, but there's something about divine timing. Again, sometimes we can't receive what we've asked for until we are in position. Being in position sometimes means pushing certain things out of our lives, certain people, right? There's something about divine timing, because even if you were given what you asked for, because we have certain people or certain situations in our lives, we wouldn't be able to hold on to it. And so there's something here about asking for answers. When is this going to happen? When is it going to be, time for this? Spirit is saying that, this has been a long time coming. We heard you, but we're waiting on you to get in position. Maybe it's that what you think you're needing, you don't actually need. Maybe. Why is the Queen of Swords here? This is all about investing in yourself, in your future. The Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords in a way that allows you to understand the importance of what you have and what you're doing, and not allowing someone to come and erase all the work that you do. I get that feel here. So in the future, you will be in a position where you are going to be equipped, and you're not going to fall for the okie doke no more, whoever you are. Because the Queen of Pentacles is going to be all about business. And it's going to be all about watching and waiting and sowing right into her future and protecting that, watching that, guarding that, not allowing someone to come and take what she's worked for. or erase the progress that she has made. I see you in this energy in the future. No. What is this Eight of Swords coming through? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just like I said, a lot of things we have to learn the hard way by experience, by being in difficult positions. Like when we get tired, that's when sometimes that's when things change. And you being tired of the rigmarole, right, places you in this energy of being ready to finally, not only see yourself and what you've been given, but also cut things off. There's a song, when a woman gets tired, it ain't nothing you can do about it. I can't remember who sings that. When a woman gets tired, there ain't nothing you can do about it. That's the energy I'm feeling. Or a man. You could be a man too. This might have been an experience you needed to have. Clear your path. But that, whatever that was, it's working for you. So let's go ahead and end this. What is this 10 of Cups? Are you enjoying life right now? I feel like you just focused. This is your zen right now. You're just focused on what you're doing, maybe focused on work, trying to improve your work situation and make it better. I just feel like you are really being very focused and disciplined right now. And that's where your peace is right now at this point. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. Because your mind is focused. Whatever you're focused on in this moment, stay right there. Stay right there. And whatever this devil energy is, this is temptation. This is something coming back around or something trying not to leave. This is something trying not to release you. I feel like I was saying, like an energetic cord or something. Somebody or something is not going to let you go without a fight. Yeah. But I do see you stepping into this ferocious power because the Queen of Swords don't play. Okay. And this is the energy that you will step into in the future. You may need to step into to secure your future, right? You need to be in that Queen of Swords energy, right? Off with the head. Okay. That's the energy you need to be in the future. I'm telling you. Because you're going to be tried. They're going to try you. They're going to try to fry you and dice you and fillet you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Whoever you are, you will need to step into your Queen of Swords energy. We ain't got time for it. We mean business now. What is this Five of Wands trying to pull you out of your zen right now? What is the Five of Wands? We have courage and love coming out. In the name of love. But is it? Somebody got some big huevos. I think that's the right word. And they will use whatever they can to keep you right where they want you to be. And it's up to you to step into your power. I feel like I'm talking to someone who is very strong. You've already proven that from the past. This Nine of Pentacles, you've already done it. You just didn't see it. And sometimes we can't see things clearly again because we're in the wrong environments or around the wrong people. People like to keep us small so they can control us, so we won't surpass them. But it's time to really understand who you are and what you are being called to. You're being called to step up, to grow, to step into your power, to speak your truth, to break boundaries, right? To cross lines, to break glass ceilings. You're being called to do all of that. And maybe even what you don't realize, which is on the bottom, create a very lush situation for you. And maybe you will have the right help to help you do that. But there's definitely something changing right now. Because what it is right now is not where it's at. That's the energy I'm feeling. It's not supportive. Even though it's trying to pretend like it is, it's not. Yeah. So I hope this helps someone. This is the energy coming out today. Stay right there. Right now, you are focused on building something for yourself. You're focused on, growing and mastering what it is that you are doing right now, what you're focused on, whatever you see as the way that you are going to get to your desired outcome in the future. You are right where you need to be right now. The Ten of Cups says you're getting a lot of fulfillment off of being where you are and focusing on yourself and your goals. Stay right there. This is a time to let things go that wants to go. Don't try to hold them back. Maybe that's just the help trying to shed things that need to be removed from your life. And I'm hearing what is the word I'm hearing? Shaft, something about shaft. You know how they take and they cut down the wheat. What is that called? They use the tool that they use. Um, uh, this is gonna bug me if I don't get this word. Shaft. That's the word that I'm hearing. Shaft. Oh, threshing. Threshing floor. I don't know where shaft came from. Shaft would be like a some type of tunnel or line, like a shaft of hair. But I'm also, the picture I'm getting in my mind is of wheat getting cut down, right? The threshing floor. I feel like Spirit is saying, let it be cut down. If there's anything being cut out of your life or being cut down, let it be cut down. Don't try to stop it. Okay? So that's what I have for you here. This may be a time of separation. Oh, that's what it was. I was saying shaft, but Spirit was saying chaff. Chaff. That's what it was. Okay. Um, Chaff. That has something to do with wheat. Let it go. Let it be cut down. Don't stop it. Okay. Because this is for your benefit. Okay. So whoever that's for, take it as it resonates and do what you will. Right? Don't try to make it resonate. Either it does, it doesn't. But that's the message coming through for today. My name is Leticia. Blood Moon Oracle is the channel, and we will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.